All right, my coin people. Um, Happy Friday, by the way. Um, yeah, I just did a video on picking up some Morgan and Peace dollars. Felt pretty proud of it. Did okay for the first time in a long time. Sourcing some of my favorite coins. I love me a good Peace dollar. To the point where this first early moment of a Friday morning, we are on eBay looking for some steals and deals. And you'll come across them occasionally. Someone inadvertently puts a buy it now on a nice date, or on just a regular date. I've seen $20 buy it nows on 1922 BU Peace dollars. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can make a few bucks there. And came across this bad boy right here. Delectable to say the least. The 1926 Peace dollar uncirculated BU. Looking at the photos, it looks like it's probably a mid-state 61 or a 62. It's got a few what we call bag marks, little contact marks from the reading hits of other coins onto the face of those coins. So there's the obverse picture showing the luster. Me personally, I'm not at all scared at what this one possibly being cleaned. What I do notice, I hope you guys too do also notice, that this thing is graded by PCGS. You guys notice the prongs, the unmistakable PCGS gear that's snugging this 1926 Peace dollar. It's a Philadelphia, which kind of complicates things a little bit. A 26S is actually the most common 1926 dated Peace dollar, but once you get into a Philadelphia and Denver, by God, if this was a Denver coin right here, I mean, for $18.57, I would scoop it up in a heartbeat. But it's neither. It's not a D mint. It's not an S mint. Thankfully, it's not an S mint, but a Philadelphia mint. Assuming that this thing is like a 61 or a 62, is about an $80 coin. All right, definitely a lot more than your traditional 22, 23, 24, 25 Philly Peace dollars. Not nearly as readily available in the higher grades. As a matter of fact, I find a lot more of these in like silver melt bins, and they're usually either cleaned or pretty well circulated. So the seller, Barry, bruh, bruh, what are you doing, bruh? Feedback of 0, automatic red flag. $18.57 or best offer on this coin. Another red flag, considering that the coin is graded, which means that particular image was pilfered off of someone else's listing. 30 sold, 3 available left, 0 feedback. 30 sold, 0 feedback. You guys seeing what I'm seeing here? I mean, it doesn't take a pharmaceutical scientist to know what we have going on here. This is a scam that's as old as time, and I'm like, okay, now the occasional one-off, seller that's trying to snipe some quick money and then deactivate their account or whatever. Turn and burn, quick cash collect. I call these eBay payday loans, which is a terminology that hasn't quite caught fire in the community. But this is the ghetto payday loan that never gets paid back. All right, so but from what we can tell, this individual has collected nearly $600 through 30 of these sold. Now, I just found this one. If I refresh the page here, let's see. Okay, so they sold one more. All in a matter of about 10 minutes. Now they're up to 31 sold. Okay. So, it's like, okay, do I need to personally report this person, or we're going to let the 31 people or however many people that went in to buy a 1926 uncirculated peace dollar for $18.57, let them do the dirty work? Usually, when it comes to the buyers, we're just going to let them do what they do. As of right now, all of this money is sitting in a holding account for Barry Bra, and it can't get released until, let's see, new seller. It's not going to be an instant collect. They can't collect it tomorrow. It's going to be a few days. But the statute of limitations of getting these things shipped out is 72 hours. And that's problematic because the 72 hours, this person can be completely off the radar and not send it out, and then kind of like not be on the radar from eBay up until about 5 to 7 days. By then, the money has already been collected into what I would venture to guess would be, because it's going to end up going into a bank account. And, probably that bank account will be closed. So there's going to be no recourse whatsoever for... And this is a lot more elaborate than it looks, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just this one item being sold by Barry Bra, but it's a complicated network of multiple different listings from the same person. I would imagine, or other people like it. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other items he's selling here. Aside from our 26-piece dollar, he's got some travel pillboxes and some other things. A dollhouse wooden baby seat dining chair for $16. That probably tells you a little bit there of what we're dealing with from China. Yeah, that's what we got there. All right. So the only item that says not from China is the peace dollar. So a lot of problems here. A lot of problematic things. And this video serves as a couple different types of things for the people that are watching. Number one is just to be aware. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And as of right now, 31 people do not quite figure into that narrative of too good to be true, because it is philosophy. So always do your research. But this is also one of those things that if you try to do it dirty, that you'll never be able to sell on the platform again. And it doesn't matter if you use a fake name. You can continue to spin a web of lies, and then you will get caught. This is a criminal offense that can be pursued upon the individual because, what's grand theft? Is it $1,200 or $1,500 or something like that? Which is a felony conviction. I think most states follow to that. Now in China, what they do, they cut hands off. I don't know what they do. I don't want to speculate, but I'm sure that the justice system in China can be a little bit more, old school, rogue. I really am not sure, but the people that deceive other folks for their hard-earned money, that's something that's really kind of come to heart for me, is that, I'm trying so hard to do the opposite thing and making less money than these jamokes that come on here and, do it so easily to other people. Now, it always starts from Barry Bra, but I wanted to follow, again, the web of lies. How deep does it get? Well, I went through and... we started out here. I scrolled down, and then there's other listings like, oh my god, a lot of 3 of the same date 1926 peace dollar BUs for $62.31. 34 of those lots sold. 3, a lot of 3, which puts each piece at about $20 and some change. That's cheap. For a BU 1926, again, the floor is like $75-$80. in a very generic BU kind of grade, not particularly a great high-end grade. So I decided to click on it. And here's where we come up to. We got Guangzhou Baiyun Ku Feng _0 with feedback of 0. But look at this. The guy already has 50% positive feedback. That is a hellacious score to begin your eBay career in. Buyers beware. These are counterfeit Morgans. Lot of 3, 1878 to 1893 Carson City Morgan, dollar 90% silver collection, random date. And let me guess. From San Diego, California, this Guangzhou guy. I simply doubt that the guy is from San Diego. I'm probably thinking he's more across the pond in Chinaland, where counterfeits run rampant. Now, here's the sad thing again with this particular lot. 34 of them have sold. Nowhere in the listing does it say that these are replicas or fakes. Again, kind of like exacerbating the underlying issue that we have here. And that big issue is, where is eBay in all of this? Okay, because it doesn't stop here, right? We're kind of following the web lies that we have here. Okay, this is Guangzhou Bai, all right, has sold nearly every single freaking lot of 1926 peace dollars. And, you know, even if this seller ends up sending something, I mean, why would you trust someone with 50% positive feedback? A feedback score of 0. They barely got started and they're already a negative, entity on the platform. It is just beyond me. All right, so I don't want to do this, but I had already done it earlier. I'm like, okay, this is going to make for great copy here on YouTube. We're going to scroll down a little bit. All right. Lot of 5, 1921 to 35 peace dollar lot for $88. Okay, it comes out to roughly $18.75, somewhere around there. That's cheap. I had just shared with each and every single one of you that for the ones that I bought, I ended up paying $28 per piece for. Even in the most scrappiest of scrappy kind of coins, they are going to be like $25 because, you know, you got to figure in melt value. There's always that adjusted premium for the larger old silver dollars that are 90% composition. So it's not like that you could absolutely rip the head off the proverbial snake. That just simply does not exist here. Scrolling down some more, you know, a lot of 5 coins. Again, that's way too cheap for those. Way too cheap here, even if in a scrap sense. Let's see. There's another one there. That's our good old friend Barry Bruh. If you look all the way to the right, now we have these 2 fine-looking coins here. The 1921 is an obvious fake for $20.28. It doesn't even look like a peace dollar. The text is too fat, and just this one is very crudely done. You look at the coin to the right, which is an obviously real and correct 1928 peace dollar, a key date. That's the lowest minted coin right there that we're staring at for $18.89. 40 of them sold. Poor suckers. So here's some more over here. You know, I mean, obviously the ones that you think will be a little bit more legit, like this one here. That's a lot of 1926S peace dollars that's being bid up with about 11 hours left. $73, 9 bids. The coins in very well circulated condition are close to melt on those. Here's a lot of 22, 23, 24 peace dollars. Guangzhou at it again, only with a few lots because these aren't nearly as equitable because they're common dates. And these are going to be more likely to be believable. But, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to the feedback scores. Pay attention to the dates. Pay attention to the market. You know, cross-reference all this stuff. Because it will get you every single time. If you're if you're under the belief that the price, that the precious metals market has kind of dipped over the last 60 days, and it represents a buying opportunity because the kind of like the market adjustable premiums are no longer there on a lot of the, especially 90%. 90% got hammered pretty hard the last 30 days, even before Christmas. When after the election, when the prices were dipping, 90% silver or any sort of scrappy sovereign silver, 80%, even sterling, they all got crushed. But it does not represent a big discount for a lot of these coins. So if you're out there shopping around, be mindful that these things exist, and especially for a lot of us that are either collectors or resellers. You can always find some pretty good deals, if and only if you have your kind of like your eyes open and your mind, kind of like all activating all at one point. It's like you got to have that proverbial sniffer that's constantly working, so that way you can be successful in this. I've eclipsed $300,000 in sales between Whatnot and eBay last year, which is a lot of fucking money. The actual kind of like margin for profit where I actually made money, altogether kind of comes out to around, when I did my calculations, it's right around 20, 24, 25%. So 25% of that is how much money I made that ended up either going back into the business or going to like paying bills and just living, because I'm not making nearly as much money on YouTube as I once was. Not that it was like this grossly overmatched kind of amount of money. That those days are kind of come and gone because of AI. Has greatly reduced that. But for a lot of us that are very dependent on sourcing material, eBay is a great place to source material that you can turn around and flip. And we'll do more videos about what it's going to take to be successful doing e-commerce selling. Not specifically coins, but what else can you do that a lot of some of the other dealers who really touch them all have enjoyed a large amount of success. I have a few success stories that I'm going to share with you guys, not specifically my own. I did extraordinarily okay. Whatnot was fueled by YouTube, and I was kind of utilizing every single possible social media platform to make it work. We promote a lot of giveaways. We do a lot of big giveaways as well, which also helped. We gave away a lot of gold last year. We gave away a lot of high-end, graded pieces too. This year we just promoted the 1 ounce Gold Eagle giveaway that starts on March 4th on Whatnot. So you guys definitely need to join up there and come check things out. I'll have my my referral link down below if you guys want to join in. You can kind of see the whole operation at work, because I operate because I care about the hobby. I operate to where everybody benefits, because I'll make 60 cents on a coin every day of the week, so that way we get good collectors who care about the hobby, who wants to give back. Simple as that. But these people right here that are selling these, on eBay, and are obviously egregiously, pulling the wool over a lot of people's eyes, and come to find out that they can't deliver on what they're selling. Obviously, there's a huge eBay security issue. Where are they in all of this? And this is specifically why eBay sides with the buyers, is that the sellers, especially these ones here, who clearly come in to do a quick little payday loan that they never intend to pay back, they'll come in and do this. So there's a lot more of these out there. Now, not to say that there aren't bad buyers. There's a fair amount of those, but you all have to start right at the head of the issue. The sellers and eBay itself. So eBay, if you're listening, you have this going on right here, where a lot of other honest, hardworking resellers are trying to do a good job and make less money because your fees are out of sight. And now it's time to strike. But as buyers and sellers on the platform, we have to be more proactive in recognizing these and not doing the same things that they're doing, because as easy and quick as this money is, it's criminal in nature. If you get caught, you're done. You're done. It's just, it is what it is. And, the thing about doing this electronically is that there's always a way to get back to the nucleus of the heart of the problem. All right. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Unfortunate news that this is even going on, and to the extent there was actually a whole bunch of other sellers, with zero feedback that are doing the same thing. It's either one company, one entity, one person that's continuously doing this, or it's a number of different people that are just kind of like copycatting their way to little bits and pieces. I mean, if they're making $500 to $1,000 a pop doing this, and they're constantly opening up new eBay accounts to continue this practice, that's a huge issue. And it's gonna be a huge issue for the platform if they don't pursue and press charges against these people. So yeah. Selling, I never said was easy. There's a lot of dirty work involved. This is like one component to that. But we can beat this. So best of luck, guys. Happy selling, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend.